Welcome to this video tutorial from My Yesterdays. This video is intended for funeral home users and will go through the process of intaking a new client into the system. Traditionally, this is when the client first calls the funeral home, informs us of the passing of the honoree, and we are just scheduling a time and date to have the first face-to-face consultation. So this is just simply seeding the system with the very basic information about the honoree and the client. This feature will be available to all funeral home users, whether they're admin users or normal users. So any funeral home account will be able to do this. So let's go ahead and log in as a funeral home account. And if our account's associated with more than one funeral home, we have to select the funeral home we want to use for this session. So we'll select Jones. If our account was only associated with a single funeral home, we'd be brought right to this main menu. So client intake is the very first thing we need to do. So it's the very first icon in the upper left. We simply click that link, and we can edit any of this information at any point in the future. So if we do have to make an edit to an existing client, we would click this. But for the purposes of this tutorial, let's go ahead and add a new client. And we have to go through this very simple three-step wizard. The first is just gathering the base information about the honoree. Oops, and it does want 4 date years here. Calculates the age for us. We give him any nicknames that he might have had. Once we're happy with that information, we go ahead and hit next. And now we're going to enter the informant or the client information into the system. So we'll say that it was his daughter that called us. We enter her address. This is for billing information and shipping information for any products that she may purchase. And important is the email address. That would be used as her username to My Yesterday. So it is important to gather that and make sure that it is correct. Once all that information is entered and verified, we hit next. And finally, we just have the opportunity to seed the system with information. If they didn't feel like talking about it at this point, or it wasn't known, or it was still up in the air, you can always skip this section or just mark the no and change it later when you're actually doing the obituary. Well, let's go ahead and enter some information just so it's there. Select a funeral date time. And optionally, if they want to have contributions made to a specific charity. Once we're happy with all that, we hit finish, and it brings us back to the main menu. Our honoree or client are now available in all the other areas of My Yesterday and are ready to go through the obituary short story wizard during the face-to-face consultation. If you have any questions, please let us know. We hope you found this tutorial informative and answered any issues you may have had. Please, we encourage you to watch our other YouTube videos for additional information. And thank you for your time.